anybody. Even when I was ran off of this community, shunned, trying to talk to people and saying, hey, I'm a good guy. And they're like, fuck you, dude. You're unstable. We don't want instability. When everybody's fucking unstable. Nobody's stable. I just kind of showed it more in my art. Everybody's good at hiding their instability. Everybody's good at tucking it away and not showing it to anybody. Well, I don't give a fuck. Obviously I do, because I'm here ranting on the radio, but in a way, I don't give a fuck if it's noticed. And I have to learn to take my input that is coming at me and learn how to process it better. I will admit that. When I first came on this platform, I was full of piss and vinegar, and I was very, very arrogant. Now I've been knocked down a peg or two. But with that knocking down, I've also gained a better skill in front of the microphone, and I'm doing better. So, my message to these folks who, by the way, I didn't mention this, pity my family, feel sorry for my kids. I just want to say something directly to you, bitch. My kids are doing very well. Your kids are fucked up. Your kids are driving you crazy. You always talk on your show about how your kids drive you nuts and how there are so many problems with them and your grandchildren. Your kids are fucking... They haven't turned out well. So before you start throwing stones at me, and you just had your grandson taken away from you for the summer. This is a person who allowed her grandson to be taken away by who she considers to be negligent caretakers. Now, listen. I don't know the situation, but if I'm willing to say on the air that somebody is a negligent caretaker, and then I let them go, I let the kid go with the negligent caretaker, who's at fault here? Who's at fault? Sure, there's legal stuff, but, you know, this host told me that I needed to be real. That I need to be real with my listeners. You know, I am real. But I try not to trip myself. I try not to trip up on landmines. And this is a big fucking landmine, man. This is a large landmine. You admitted to letting your child or your grandchild spend the summer with people that are inept to care for him. That would never happen with me. My kids barely spend any time with anybody outside of the home. They go out, they have fun, but when it comes to taking care of them, there's only a select few. And none of them are negligent. I make sure of that. I don't leave my kids with babysitters. I don't leave my kids with strangers. I make sure I get to know everybody. So, okay, so enough of that. I just want to give you a message, and then I'll play some music, because you're probably not digging this, or maybe you are. Maybe you're hating me so much that you're going to listen forever, because that's about the reason 3/4 of this person's show listens to her. Honestly, I've gone indifferent. I could not care less at this moment whether she does another show, whether she lives or dies. I'm basically emoting to the microphone to get rid of it all. I'm vomiting this disease that I have for listening to somebody who is so caustic and so fake and so just hateful, I'm not going to buy into it anymore. So you're not going to see me in those chat rooms. If my show numbers plummet, okay, that's fine. I don't care. Hopefully, this show is enjoyable enough to where you can listen to it on its own merit and not have to listen to it because it's connected to another host and her dumpy comfort diner show. My message is, you're going to lose $20 or $40 or whatever it is you bet, because I'm in this for the long haul. I know you are too, because you have nothing else. But unlike you, I'm not just satisfied with having a Spreaker chat room full of people adoring and hating me. My satisfaction comes by seeing my work sent out all over the internet through iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, SoundCloud, Spotify, Podbean, Podomatic, etc., etc., etc. Eventually iHeartRadio. That becomes my goal. My goal is a lot bigger than you claim to know about. And yeah, I may not make any money out of this, yeah, but I'm going to get my voices out. And when I'm dead and gone, whenever that is, I am going to be able to point to these podcasts and say, look, this is what I love, this is what I did. Kids, you can do it too. You can do what you want to do. There's a lot more riding on this for me than just going on and shooting the shit for 5 hours. This is finishing. This is finishing something. Living to the best of my ability. And you know, how dare you judge others? From what you've told me in confidence, which I will not repeat, but from what you've told me in confidence about your family, about your situation, you have no right to judge anyone's marriage, to judge anyone's parental skills, or to judge anyone, period. And as for your little laughing sidekicks, I invite them, any fan of this person, to come on this show. I have a Skype. Come on this show, and we'll party. And I will destroy you mentally, psychologically. I will destroy you because I can already tell I can do that. So if you want to be destroyed, come on. Even this host, if she wants to be destroyed, come on. Let's go. You want to be destroyed? Bring it on. Otherwise, shut your fucking mouth about my show, and I will do the same. So anybody who is here wanting to hear about this particular host, I'm sorry, you're going to be disappointed because there's not going to be any more mention of this host. And if I ever mention this host again, feel free to report me to Spreaker so that I can get my channel shut down, because I'm not going to quit. Can't quit. I've given up. I have too many chances. I've used too many chances. I can't quit. So the only way is to get me taken off. And I'm sure they'd find something. I'm sure they'd find something because that's what they do. That's how they do things. They'll find something. So this is going to be the last bit that you're going to hear about this lady, because she's honestly not worth any more of my time. She did make one good point, though. The opposite of love is indifference. Hate is a strong emotion, similar to love. And I just don't, like I was listening to her show, last night, and it was like, I just don't have the energy for this shit anymore. This is not something that I want to spend any more time on, Because it's dumb. Because it's silly. I don't want to psychoanalyze this bitch. I don't want to listen to her and her smarmy friends talk. She has some cool friends who live out this way, and I'd like to hook up with them one day, do a little collab. But in reality, my feeling toward this person has gone from I guess you could say hatred to indifference to pity. Because some people just don't have anything in their life other than a screen and a microphone. So, next time you're at your Catholic church, please light a candle for this lady. Next time you are at whatever ceremony or say a prayer, say something up for this lady, that she eventually figures it out and figures out how to be happy on her own without any of this stuff.